my absolutely beautiful Leo friends, and welcome to your horoscope for June of 2021. Where Leo, this month, not only do we have Jupiter and Neptune stepping into their retrograde, we've also got another eclipse, and this one is a solar eclipse. And we have also got Saturn and Uranus coming together for their second of three squares that they're going to have together against each other this particular year. And for you, this is really a lot of weight happening between your seventh house and your 10th house. And this is just a riot, because for you, Leo, I'm going to tell you this idea of restructuring so much around relationships for you, taking them a lot more serious, getting these healthy boundaries put up in place, but then also being shaken out of your comfort zone around work, your work practices, who you are, what you're known as in this particular world. This is a really interesting place where I think you are carving, literally carving yourself a new space and place and a new title on this planet. So I absolutely love it. All right, my beautiful friends, let's get in here and talk about what's going on this month. So right away on the 2nd, as we're coming into the month, we're going to see Venus moving into the energy of Cancer. Now this is going to light up your 12th house space, and we'll have this energy to travel with until June 27th, when Venus moves on into the energy of Leo. Okay, so as Venus is here and traveling through the energy of Cancer in this 12th house space, Venus is very, very comfortable in Cancer. So she's going to bring this sense of like balance and well-being to these spaces and these places where you need some rest, you need rejuvenation, you need to relax, you need to nurture and feed and protect and really nurture your own creativity. And more than that, I think your own spirit. I also think if you struggle with any kind of mental illness, if you struggle with any kind of traumas or dramas from the past, this is like nurture yourself, be good, be kind. Remember that through your hardest traumas, through your best experiences, you've really developed a different sense of yourself. I also think because Venus is here in Cancer, you guys are not slick. Some of you, I think, are sneaking off to get married, or you got married, or you're thinking about starting a family. I definitely think something is back on the table for you in the arena of building a family. So keep me posted in the comment section down below if that's you. All right, on the 10th, we're going to have a new moon solar eclipse at 19 degrees of Gemini. So this is going to light up your 11th house space, okay? So as we're having this experience at this particular new moon, a couple things I want you to keep in mind. That first of all, the Sun and Mercury are going to be in conjunction, which tells us we're halfway through the Mercury retrograde cycle, okay? And that's kind of cool because we're almost there. You've seen a lot. You have a lot to review and get ready to apply new information to as we move forward from this particular solar eclipse. And then you'll feel the outputting of that over this next 6 months, okay? But also at this particular moon, Mercury and Saturn are dancing together. They are both retrograde, and it brings a stability to this moon that I really want you to take advantage of, okay? Now, the new moon solar eclipse is still our new moon for the month. It says that we need to plant our seeds of intention. We're going to begin new information, new learning, a new fresh mind here, but it's in your 11th house. So this is around your long-range plans. It's also around your organizations, your groupings, things at a social level. You are getting a reset here. So don't be surprised if new people come pulling in, or you find yourself in new alignments. If you have been someone who's gotten married, coupled up, gotten a little bit more serious about your relationship, of course you'll have a new tribe coming to your table over this next 6 months. But even if this is just the area of friendship at a mundane day-to-day level, you can expect to see some new social energy on your table. Now, on the 11th, we're going to see Mars move into the energy of Leo. So boom, the action, energy, movement planet is here and in your sign. So you can find you being quite motivated to move, to do, to fulfill your desires all the way until July 29th. Now, the thing you do want to be mindful of is that Mars is still Mars. He really likes being in your sign, so this can also make you really aggressive, and take it to the level of assertive instead of aggressive. Unless it's what's needed, then you might be able to get things done, okay? On the 14th, we're going to see Saturn and Uranus coming into their second of three squares against each other. We saw the first one in February, and now we're going to experience this one right here on the 14th. As Saturn and Uranus are squaring against one another, one of the things that you want to be mindful of is that they're trying, and have really from February unrooted some things between your relationships and between your work life, between your conscious chosen relationships and your title on this planet. You know, were you like, I'm never getting married? and now you're ready and you're coupled up. Where you like, I used to have all of these interesting dating ideas in my life, and now I'm a lot more serious about it, and I've tightened that up a little bit, so now it's going to actually change my status and what people know me as. You know, have you changed position at work? Whatever it is, these two have been clashing against each other, because it's essentially this story of we've got to evolve. So this could be a tense energy as you're experiencing it all week long, but remember, at this point, you've seen it. This is the thing I like to continue to point out. You've seen it, you've been in this, you've had this experience, you know what's trying to shift in you. Go with it now, okay? On the 20th, we have a busy day. We have not only the sun entering into the energy of Cancer, but we're also going to have Jupiter going retrograde in that energy of Pisces. So both the 12th house and the 8th house get some action for you here. As the sun enters Cancer, we celebrate a solstice. And this is in your 12th house right before birthday times coming around. So rest, plan. What do you want for this next year in your life? What do you want for this next experience in your life? What are you ready to bring to culmination, to let come to a close? What are you motivated to end so that you can begin this next chapter? And as Jupiter, who is also a spiritual planet, goes retrograde in this 8th house, I think that Jupiter's retrograde here shows you the real honesty behind the wisdom of vulnerability, behind the wisdom of, Leo, you gotta be okay having not done it all right. You gotta be okay really opening and sharing yourself in certain ways if you're gonna have these relationships, if you're gonna have these experiences, if you're gonna feel like you're really you, because you don't really get to Leo that loud when you don't have an audience of some variety. That's the polarity that you live in. So I think that Jupiter is really big to bring the wisdom during his retrograde of the need of the vulnerability. But also, if you have taxes, insurance, practical things like that you haven't quite had your hands on, this will be the time for you to handle it, okay? As we get to the 22nd, Mercury is going to come out of retrograde at 16 degrees of Gemini, and this is going to be in your 11th house space. So now all of these things that have been lit up, you've been seeing, you've been revising, you've been reconnecting about, even contracts that have to do with collaborations and things like that, you'll see that now you can sign those contracts, make those decisions, have those conversations. Maybe even people came back from the past and you're going to be able to bring those conversations to a close, make those decisions. Certainly study or education in an online forum would be something high as Mercury's coming out of retrograde as well. On the 24th, we're going to have our last moon for the month. It's going to be a full moon in the energy of Capricorn at 3 degrees, and this will be in your 6th house space. Now, this particular moon actually gets a lot of good love from Jupiter as well. So again, I feel like there's this idea for you, Leo, of daily practices of sacred vulnerability, or sacred daily practices of vulnerability, right? This moon is going to say something needs to be ended, acknowledged, or adjusted. We have to make this adjustment here, or we're not going to be able to really connect and to collaborate the way that we'd like to. I also feel pretty strongly that this full moon in Capricorn is really asking you, does your daily routine, does your daily health, do your daily practices, whether that be at work or it be at home or it's at the gym, even if it's in your mind, are they helping you achieve? Capricorn, are they helping you to be successful? And sometimes under a full moon, especially because this one will be interacting where Mars and Uranus are also trying to come into square, it can feel harsh. Like our reality is really brought to task to us, and we're like, okay, what I'm doing is not working, or I need to adjust something. If that comes up for you, just take this moon and it's 4 weeks worth of a sip and ask yourself, is what I'm doing helping me to achieve at work with my employees? Is this helping us to achieve? Certainly Capricorn is still about the government as well. So in your daily connections with the government, whether it be unemployment or social security, things like that, we can see a little bit of challenge coming to that as well. On the 25th, Neptune will step into that retrograde in the energy of Pisces. So this again will be lighting up On the 25th, Neptune's going to come into retrograde in the energy of Pisces, again lighting up this 8th house space. So as Neptune is retrograde, things just get real. We don't have the dimming of reality. Neptune retrograde, like it takes it out, so it's really real. So at the level of collaboration, joint resources, vulnerability, fear, the lights are going to be fully on for you to reshape your ideas about what vulnerability and connection really mean to you this month, Leo, okay? Now, as we close out the month and we are getting ready for birthday time, Venus will move into the energy of Leo all the way until July 21st. And Venus in Leo makes you beautiful. It brings a little bit of magnetism. It brings a beauty. It brings, a balance, just this wonderful Venus quality to your space. It also makes you quite attractive to the outside world. So you could be getting a haircut. You could be beautifying your space. You could be doing or engaging in something that you are perceived to be beautiful or magnetic. But whatever it is, what a great energy to end June on as you get ready for your birthday celebration. My beautiful Leos, I hope you have a fantastic month. I hope you have a month where you are fantastic in it, whether you're learning, whether you're growing, whether you're maintaining, whatever's happening. I'm sending you lots of love. Bye, my friends.